Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me in today's YouTube video. Grab yourself a couple of cushions. You're not going to need them too much in the practice, but you might just want to keep them handy towards the end of the practice. So today's sequence is a 35-minute strengthening flow. We're going to be focusing specifically on some stabilizer muscles, including our deep core musculature and our stabilizer muscles within our glutes, which is our glute med. They're our pelvic stability muscles. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to start in a kneeling position today. So come onto the knees and begin with finding some length with the spine. Take some slow movements with the head. As you inhale, lift that chin up, and as you exhale, drop the chin down to the chest. Take some small little circles with this head as well, just starting to synchronize that breath with the movements. Inhaling as you lift that chin, exhaling as you drop the chin down to the chest. You're going to walk the hands behind, coming right up onto the fingertips, keeping the core strong. Just open up the chest slightly, lifting that chin up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, roll it forwards, dropping the chest down to the knees. Just let the arms relax to the side, let the forehead rest on the floor, and take a couple of rocks from side to side, letting go of that tension through the shoulders and the back. We're going to do that again. As you inhale, open the chest, bring the fingertips behind. Keeping some engagement through that core, and exhale, roll it forwards. Dropping that forehead down, releasing that tension through the shoulders. We're going to shift our knees out slightly to the side, coming into a child's pose, extending those fingertips forwards on the mat. Feel that length through the spine, really drawing the hips back towards the heels. Just start to slow the breath down here. Shift the breath, inhaling through the nose and exhale out through the nose. Taking this time to find a little bit of stillness and just reconnecting with your breath. Remember, it's the breath that guides you through the practice. Find some activation now. Come up onto the fingertips, lengthen out through those arms, lifting the chest off the floor. Exhale, relax that chest down slightly, but keeping nice and active through the arms. Plant those palms back down on the ground and then shift them over to the left. So you're bringing your right hand directly on top of that left hand, drawing the arms straight, bringing your awareness back to that right hip. Just draw that right hip back towards the heels. Swap sides when you're ready. Left hand shifts on top of that right. Again, extending through the arms, keep some engagement through the shoulders. Awareness comes back to that hip. Bring the palms together above the head now. You're going to shift the knees back slightly so you're extending your hips, your bum into the air. Press the palms together and just allow the chest to drop. So we're finding some opening through the shoulder angle, through the chest, through that heart space. Keep engaging the core in this movement, guys. Just drop that chest. And we want to keep some slight activation in the shoulders. So we're not completely collapsing, but we're just creating a nice active opening. Couple of deep breaths here. When you're ready, extend those hands back down to the mat and relax back into your normal child's pose. Before inhaling, shifting up to tabletop, we're going to move through a couple of cat-cows. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, just round through the shoulders. Inhale, lift, drop the belly. Exhale, extend the arms and drop back into child's pose. So we're going to create a couple of waves through the spine now. As you come out of that child's pose, you're rounding through the back, pushing the ground away, dropping that chin. As you inhale, you're letting the belly drop and pushing back with the hips. So rolling it forwards, drop the belly and push it back. Inhale, shifting forwards. Shift the hands slightly, curl the toes under. I'm going to find some deep engagement with the core now and come into our hovering tabletop. So really try and squeeze that belly button back towards the spine. Keep that core nice and strong with the shoulders. Exhale, extend the hips up, push it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, drop those heels slightly. Keep as much of the bend in the knees as you need to. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, drop it down. Shoulders stay nice and strong, rounding those shoulders out. Keep that movement coming up onto the tiptoes and extend. Shift yourself forward into plank, then drop the knees slightly back into hovering tabletop. Hold it there, engage through that core. Keep your breath going through this movement. And exhale, send it back to that downward facing dog. Good. Again, inhale as you come up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, drop those heels down. Always bringing your awareness into your hamstrings. Do you need to bend the knees? Do you need to make any slight adjustments? Make sure it feels comfortable for you and you're not overstretching. We're shifting it forwards into the plank again, coming down into that hovering tabletop. All your awareness stays on that core. Breathe through it. Nice big deep breaths. Exhale, send it back to your downward facing dog, keeping those shoulders strong. Inhale, come up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, drop. Shift it forward into that plank now, and we're going to do a few waves through the spine, just like we did with cat-cow. As you inhale, you're rounding the back forwards as you shift into plank. As you exhale, you're sending the glutes, the hips up towards the ceiling, and finding a slight arch through the back. So you should feel a wave through each and every vertebrae. Inhale as you shift forwards, exhale as you push back. Let's drop those knees again. So we're going to really start to fire up the glutes now. Engage the core first and just extend your left leg back. You're going to inhale and lift, squeezing the glutes at the top. As you exhale, crunch the knee forwards to the chest. Forceful with that exhale on the crunch. Inhale, lift, extend, open, create space. Exhale, crunch, draw that belly button back. Inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes. We're going to come into 10 little pulses with that leg. Squeezing the glutes, extending the leg. This time bend the leg, face that foot up towards the ceiling. 10 more little pulses. Squeezing that glute at the top. Keep the glute strong. Drop the knee down. This time we're going to come into pulses out to the side. Keeping that core nice and straight. Your torso facing the ground. Bend that knee up to the side and squeeze through the glutes as you lift. Keep it going, nice and controlled. Relax it back into child's pose. Good. Inhale, you're going to bring that knee forwards to the chest, then out to the side, then drop it back into child's pose. So we're really moving with the breath through this action. Nice and controlled. You should really be able to feel that in your glutes, in your glute med, as you lift that knee out to the side, keeping real big engagement with the core. Swap legs now, guys. You're going to extend the right leg up. Straight leg pulses first, keeping that core strong. Bend that knee, flexing the foot. 5 little pulses. Squeezing the glute, keep that control in the core. This time we're coming out to the side, squeezing through the glutes, lifting that knee up. Maybe you can start to feel it burning a little bit now. Keep your awareness in your core. Keep your core engaged as you lift that knee. Crunch that knee to the center. This time we're going to come back into those circles on the opposite leg. Crunching the knee up, engaging the core, moving it out to the side, then dropping it back down and extending through those arms. Good. Last one, knee crunches forwards, out and back. Well done, guys. Shift it forwards into that tabletop position. Just give yourself a little quick shake through the shoulders. And we're going to come straight back up into our downward facing dog. Extend those hips up to the ceiling, strong with the shoulders, found that strength through the core. Take your right hand, just press it back towards your left foot. And then swap arms, reaching back towards that right foot with the left arm this time. Again, roll your shoulders out to the side as you're in this downward facing dog. Shift the weight over slightly into your right leg. You're going to take the left leg and extend it up to the ceiling, 3-legged downward dog. Keep the glutes strong, guys. This movement's not coming from your lower back, it's coming from your glutes. Bend that left leg slightly, just feel opening through the hips. Keeping the core nice and engaged. As you exhale, you're going to drop that knee down and then shift it forwards through a plank up towards your chest. Inhale, you're going to send it straight back, hinging through the shoulders. Exhale, guide that knee forwards, big squeeze with the core as you do this. Inhale, extend that leg, looking back towards the foot. Then crunch it forwards, quite sharp with that exhale as you crunch that knee. Help you with that core engagement. Shift yourself forwards into plank, then drop that foot down. We're going to take 4 little shoulder taps here. As you do this, you want to keep the torso still. So you're not dropping the hips. You want that movement to come from the core. Exhale, send it back into downward facing dog. We're going to swap legs. Right leg extends to the ceiling this time. Again, keep that core strong. Squeeze those glutes. Extend that leg up, then exhale, crunch the knee forwards to the chest. Again, inhale as you send it back, turning your gaze towards your foot that's on the ground. Exhale, crunch that knee forwards. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Well done. Inhale, extend it back, shift that gaze. Exhale, crunch that knee forwards, keeping your core strong. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, shift it forwards into a plank, keeping that foot lifted at the back, then drop that foot down. Coming straight back into those shoulder taps this time. Again, try not to dip the hip. We're keeping the torso nice and still. Elbows come back slow and steady. Lower yourself down towards the ground. Good. Make any adjustments that you need. Press those hands into the ground, either side of your chest. You're going to roll it up into a baby cobra. Keep those glutes engaged. Squeeze the legs at the back. Find that wave with the spine, slowly lifting that chest up. Shift the gaze. Exhale, relax it back into the center. Good. Inhale, lift, rolling up through the spine, and exhale, relax it back down. You're going to hover the hands this time, and we're going to lift into a back extension. You want to find massive engagement with the glutes in this. Keep that core slightly strong. Really squeeze your legs as much as you can. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you relax. Squeeze in the glutes at the top. Engaging through that upper back as well. Good. You want to find a slight pause at the top. This time, interlace the fingers behind the back. Extend the arms. Inhale, lift that chest, lift the feet, squeeze the glutes. Hold it here. Good. Exhale, relax it down. You're going to bend the knees behind you this time, setting up for bow pose. If you can't reach the feet, don't worry. Just bend the knees and extend the arms back as much as feels good. Take a big inhale, lift those knees off the ground, pressing the hands into the tops of the feet. Engage through that back, strong engagement with the glutes. Lift that chin. Hold it there. Everything stays active, engaged. Keep it going. Then when you're ready, exhale, relax it back down onto the mat. Take a couple of deep resetting breaths here. And we're going to go for it again. Reaching those hands back. Big press into the feet with the hands. Inhale, lift those knees. Press with the hands. Press with the feet. Lift that chest and squeeze those glutes. Exhale, relax back down onto the mat. Reset the hands by the side. We're going to take a press up now. So if you need to drop the knees, do. If not, try and use your triceps to press all the way back up into plank, then extend it into downward facing dog. Well done. Hop or walk the feet forwards towards the hands. We're going to inhale, take a halfway lift, find that length with the spine. Exhale, fold it forwards. Nice and passive. Relax through the upper body, relax through those shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, and then extend those arms up. Root to rise to standing. Exhale, hands come down towards the heart. Well done. Take a couple of resetting breaths here. Connect back to the breath. If you lost it at some point there, don't worry. Press the hands down to the heart and shift the body weight over into the left leg. Squeeze that left glute. We're going to take 5 little pulses out to the side with our right leg. So I'm just going to turn to the front. You're starting with your knees squeezed together. Bend that leg back and you're just going to lift that knee out towards the side. So you should really be able to feel this in your right glute, especially your glute med. If you can't, maybe bring the hands to rest on the glutes, and then as you lift that knee out towards the side, you can really feel your glutes engage as you do this lift. Keep your core nice and strong as well. Chest stays open. Squeeze that knee out to the side, keeping your left leg strong as well. Good. Keep breathing through it. You're going to lift the knee to the front, and then whilst dropping the chest, extending that right leg to the back, we're going to shift into warrior 3. Again, draw that belly button back towards the spine. You're finding deep engagement through that core. We're going to come and shift the knee forwards and extend that leg in front. So we're going to go through this motion a couple of times. Pulses out to the side with that knee. Then leaning forwards into our warrior 3, extending that leg back. Squeezing through both glutes, nice and controlled. If you wobble, don't worry. Then we're shifting the knee forwards, coming through standing and extending that leg front. Shifting that pressure, that tension into the quads. Pulse that knee out One last time, and then drop that foot back down next to the left. Good. Extend the arms up on an inhale. Exhale, fold it forwards. Relax into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length with the spine. Exhale, relax further into that fold. Keeping the glutes engaged with this. Just going as far as feels good for you. One more halfway lift. Deepen that fold if you can. Then bend the knees. Extend the arms up. Root to rise. Exhale, bring those hands down to the heart. So we're going to swap legs this time. Shift the weight over into the right leg and just bend that left leg up, squeezing the knees together. We're going to take some pulses out to the side. Same again, if you want to shift your hands onto your glutes to just feel that engagement, then do. Keep your right leg squeezed, engaged through both glutes. Open up the chest. Good. Nice and controlled with these. Try not to rush it. Really feel that squeeze as you lift. Nice, big deep breaths. Palms come together. Again, we're going to slowly drop the chest down and extend that left leg back into warrior three. Keeping your core strong, squeeze those glutes. Keep your eyes, your gaze on that one focus point. Shift that knee forwards through standing and extend it to the front. Again, shifting that weight through the quads. Come into those side pulses again. Drop the chest forward, press the palms, extend that left leg back. Again, if you wobble, like I do here, and you fall down, just reset it. Nice and controlled. Bringing that attention back to the breath every time. Nice steady breath through this. Drop that chest down, extend that left leg back, squeeze in through the glutes. Bring the chest up and forward, shift that knee through to the front and extend the leg. Good. So if you want to pause the video here and just keep working on that shift through those positions, then feel free to do that. Exhale, relax forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, resetting that breath. Exhale, increase that fold. Keep a bend to your knees if it feels good. Inhale, back into that halfway lift. Again, bend those knees, shift those arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down towards the heart. Well done. We're going to swap back to our right leg now. So coming into your side pulse first, squeezing through both glutes, pick your gaze focus. Dropping the chest forward, extend that leg back through warrior three. Press the palms together. Steady with that movement. Bring that leg forward and extend, and then drop it back down. Well done. Relax into your forward fold to reset the breath in the middle. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop that chest. Reset the arms, root to rise, stand it up. Exhale, drop the hands back down to the heart and swap legs. Left leg lift, squeeze the knee, extend it out to the side. Dropping the chest down, extend that left leg to the back. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Core stays strong all the time. Bring it back through, extend that leg to the front and place it back down next to the left, relaxing into that fold. Good, well done. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, nice passive forward fold. Bend through the knees. Inhale, lift those arms. We're coming into a real solid chair pose now. Squeeze those glutes. Extend those arms up with a big breath in before exhaling, bringing the hands to the heart, and we're going to come into a nice twist through the spine. Right elbow faces up to the ceiling. Left elbow hooks on that right knee. Keeping your legs strong, take a big step back with your left leg coming into a high lunge. Big deep breaths through here. Bring your awareness into your lower body, engaging through the glutes, that back leg. If you want, extend the arms. Left arm comes down towards the foot. Right arm extends up towards the ceiling. Then nice and slowly with control, drop that left knee. Bringing the body upright. Ease slightly in with the hips, coming into a low lunge. But again, keeping that engagement. If it feels good, bend that right leg back. Feel that stretch through the hip flexor. I'm going to take a few little pulses. So squeeze as you bend that right knee, that back knee up towards that hand. Again, always keeping the engagement through the glutes. Breathing through it, nice big deep breaths. Then bring those hands back to the heart. Press into that back foot and extend the back leg up. Again, coming into that high lunge with a twist. Join the feet back together again with control. Then bring yourself back into the centre. Swap it over to the left side, so your right elbow's hooking to your left knee this time. Again, with control, step it back with that back leg. Dropping through that right knee. Engaging the glutes, ease it into that low lunge. Open up through the chest, reach that left arm back and bend through that right foot. Nice and slow with these pulses with that back leg. Keeping the core strong, keeping the upper body still. So again, that movement's coming through the glutes. Nice and controlled. Good. Plant that foot back down, curl the back toes under, reset that elbow and lift that back knee. Keeping those legs strong in that lunge with the twist through the spine. Slowly bring the legs back together, keep that bend through the knees, engage the glutes. Exhale, relax it forwards into your forward fold. We're going to hop the feet back into plank and through your chaturanga. Elbows come back. Flip the feet to your upward facing dog. Keep those glutes nice and strong. Send the hips back as you exhale to downward facing dog. Reset that breath here, guys. You're going to extend the right leg up into three-legged downward dog, then send that right leg through. Cross it in front, keeping the leg straight, and lift that left arm up to the ceiling. Plant that left arm back down. You're going to drop the hips down and cross your left leg over the front of your right leg. Pressing into that foot, you're going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling, keeping the core strong. So we're hinging through the side body here. You should feel a nice stretch through that side body as you lift. Exhale, drop those hips with control back towards the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, spinning back through to your three-legged downward dog, sending that leg through and up. Engaging through that core. Shift it forwards into your plank with that back leg lifted and come through to a chaturanga. If you can, remember, drop the knees if it feels best for you. After your upward facing dog, send those hips back to your downward facing dog. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. So sending your left foot up this way. Engage through those glutes. Exhale, send that left foot through, keeping the legs straight, and lift through that right arm as you lift those hips up, keeping the core nice and strong. Engage through both legs as you slowly lower those hips, and then cross that right leg on top of the left this time. Left leg stays straight as you inhale, lift those hips. Exhale, drop the hips back down to the mat, pressing through both feet. Inhale, lift, core stays strong. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower yourself down towards the ground. Good. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop your right arm, spinning forwards through to plank, resetting those feet. And send your right leg through and up back into your three-legged downward dog. Hinging forwards into that plank. Keep that leg lifted and drop through to your chaturanga. Flipping the feet to upward facing dog. Keep that core engaged. Exhale, send it back to downward facing dog. Good. At any point through these transitions, always drop the knees if it feels best. I'm going to take a couple of rocks backwards and forwards and then hop the feet forwards into your forward fold. Take the hold of the elbows here, just widen the feet slightly to hip distance apart, relax through that head, relax the chin down towards the chest and rock it from side to side. Big deep breaths. Plant those palms, bring the feet back together and drop your hips down into a crouch. We're going to find our sit bones here, squeezing the knees up towards the chest. If you can, keep those feet lifted. So we're going to bring the focus right back into our core now. Squeeze those knees up towards the chest, lengthening up the spine as much as you can. You're going to extend the legs back and then crunch those knees up to the chest. Keep your spine neutral. Keep that core strong as you ease it back. And squeeze as you lift. Then extend the feet up towards the ceiling. You're going to take a hold of the ankles. Gently pull on the ankles to try and neutralise your back as much as you can. You can bend the arms. If your hamstrings feel quite good, feel free to hook at the elbows instead and really squeeze those legs in. Coming into boat pose next. Let go of the legs with the hand and extend those arms forwards. This movement's all with the core. Bend the knees as much as you need to. That makes it slightly easier. Reset by taking those ankles in between. Extend those legs up. Pull on the ankles slightly to extend the spine. Keep that core strong. Hold it there. Keep your breath nice and slow and steady. Coming through to our second boat pose, let go of the legs, extend those arms forward. Keep the legs straight, or if not, bend those knees as much as you need to. Take whichever variation feels good. We're going to shift position now, coming into a straddle sit. So you might want to move to face the side of the mat and extend the legs out in front. We're going to take a few gentle movements just to reconnect with the breath. Maybe create a couple of circles with the hips and with the hands as well. Use the hands to walk yourself around in a circle through to the centre and up the other side. Then you're going to take both hands and place them either side of your right leg. You want to engage through your legs as much as you can and the glutes, and we're going to do 10 little pulses with that foot. So these are quite tough, they take quite a lot of control, so if you feel like you can't lift that ankle, that heel off the floor yet, don't worry at all. Just engage the legs and create that movement pattern. Swap legs this time, walk it over to the left side, 10 little pulses on that left leg. This takes engagement of the core and engagement of the legs. Reset yourself up, we're going to take it onto the right side again. So placing the palms either side, you can press gently into the floor with the palms. 10 small pulses again. Try and keep them slow and controlled. Squeeze that leg as much as you can, lift and place it back on the floor. Well done. It does burn the quads, this one does. Reset that breath, pressing the palms into the floor, 10 little pulses on that left side. Try and keep them controlled. Good. Walk the hands back through the middle. You're going to take big engagement with the glutes, with the legs again, and start to slowly walk the hands forwards on the mat. Really squeeze the legs tight. Moving with the breath, create a couple of waves through the spine as you inhale, lift that chest up, and exhale, float it back down. Relax with every exhale. Again, keep that engagement. Core stays strong as well. You're going to walk as far forwards with the hands as you can, but keeping the engagement through the legs, the glutes, and the core. So try not to completely collapse in this posture. Try not to round through the back. Keep a nice neutral spine. Walk as far forwards as feels good for you. And then slowly walk it back. Well done. Bring the feet together. You're going to drop both knees over to the right side. So you're creating 90-degree angles with both knees. And then slowly lean it forwards over towards that right knee, placing the hands either side. So you're going to take 10 little pulses with that back leg. Again, this takes quite a lot of control. You should really be able to feel this in your glute med, the side of your glutes. Lifting the knee, lifting that foot up at the back. You can hinge forwards with the hips to try and get a little bit of momentum, but try and feel that movement all coming from your glutes. Shift it back through the middle, then turn the knees over to the left side this time. Again, leaning down slightly towards that left leg. 10 little pulses with that right leg at the back. All coming from your glutes. Lifting the knee. If it feels too much to lift the knee as well, just try and focus on lifting that ankle at the back, keeping the knee on the floor. Really squeeze the glute as you lift. Dropping that chest down. Good. Walk those feet back to the front of the mat. You're going to take a hold on the front of those knees and rock it back onto your back on the mat. Extend those arms down. We're going to come into a shoulder stand next. So again, this is really amazing for building strength within your core, strength with that control. So take a roll back, shift the hips up slightly and move the elbows in, really resting the hands on the base of your back in a really nice secure way. If this feels enough for you, stay here with those knees bent. Big deep breaths all the way through, keeping your awareness on that core, trying to draw the belly button back towards the spine, finding as much engagement if you can. If you've done this one before and you feel confident, extend your feet up towards the ceiling, bring in lots of engagement through those legs, really squeeze tight. We're going to slowly roll it back down onto the mat, extending the arms to the side, and we're going to lower our legs as slowly as possible, keeping that tension through the core. If you feel this in your lower back at all, just bend the knees slightly and maybe don't bring the legs so far down. We're going to go for it again, shifting those hips up, placing the hands nice and securely on our lower back, moving the elbows in slightly. Again, stay in that bent knee position if that feels best for you, with your hips just slightly lifted off the ground. If you feel nice and confident, extend those legs up towards the ceiling. And then again, to come out of it, we're going to slowly lower our legs down towards the ground as slow as we can, keeping that core strong. Bend the knees if you need to. Shift those knees back up. Last time, roll those hips up, press in the lower back with the hands, elbows shift in, extend those legs up if it feels good, bringing your awareness back to that core. Don't hold your breath in this one, guys. Keep that breath going. You should be able to see your belly moving as you breathe. Good. Last time. Shift those hips down, keeping the back supported with the hands up until that last moment. Then extend those legs down towards the floor. Slow and controlled. Challenge yourself here. Good. Really nice, guys. Well done. Squeeze those knees up to the chest. Give yourself a little rock backwards and forwards. Just massage the spine. Placing the feet down on the mat now, extend their fingertips towards the heels. We're going to lift our hips up into bridge pose. Again, keep your breath going. Don't hold your breath in this posture. Engage those glutes as much as you can, slightly squeezing the knees together. Imagine you've got a block between your knees. On your next exhale, roll it back down towards the ground and slowly hug those knees up to the chest. Extend again, dropping the feet. Inhale, lift the hips up into bridge pose. Squeeze those glutes, hold it here. If you can, lift your right leg. We're going to come through some small little pulses. Squeeze in those glutes as you lift the hips up. Keep that core strong. Keep that leg lifted. Swap it over if you've got that lift with the legs. If this doesn't feel good for you, then just keep that normal bridge pose and focus on the quality of that posture. Lift and squeeze those hips. Keeping that core engaged. Good. Drop the left foot this time if you had it lifted. And then come straight back into your normal bridge pose. This time, if you can, interlace the fingers behind the back, extending through those arms. Press those hips up to the ceiling. Find that squeeze with the glutes. Keep that core strong. Keep your breath slow and steady. Good. Well done, guys. Let's roll it down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. And again, take a nice big squeeze with those knees. Give yourself a hug. Squeeze that right knee towards your armpit and extend the left leg this time. We're going to take a spinal twist, dropping our right knee towards the left side of the body and turning our gaze over towards the right, so the opposite direction of our knee. Feeling that twist up the spine, allow the arms to relax out to the side. Take a few really big deep breaths here. And just notice, allow your body to soak up that energy you've created in the practice through those yummy movements. Come back to the centre, guys, and then swap legs. You're squeezing your left knee up to the armpit, extending that right knee, and then twisting over so your left knee's dropping to the right side of your body. Your gaze is turning to the left. Close the eyes here. Bring your awareness back to your belly. Feel that movement with the belly. Belly rises as you inhale, and as you exhale, belly relaxes. Belly button draws back to the spine. Good. Nice and relaxed. Now shift yourself back into the centre. And just extend the legs into your Shavasana. At this point, grab your cushions if you want to, and you can place those underneath the knees to give yourself a little bit of a lift. Allow your hands to rest on your belly. Roll the shoulders under slightly, and you guys can stay here for as long as feels good for you. Bringing your awareness back to your breath, keeping your focus on the sensation of that inhale and that exhale. Allow your body to feel really heavy into the mat now. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, pause the video, stay here for as long as you want. Hope you guys enjoyed the practice, and I'll see you again really soon.